Hi, hello, my name is Woodixon, and today I want to talk to you about Nova Online. Nova is a very notable character among the sea of already notable characters known as locales. Again, as always, this is the definition of a locale. And today I just want to give you an entire brief history of Nova's online activities and antics from where he first popped off till today. And before the video starts, I just want to let my thoughts on Nova just be known a little bit before I really divulge it at the end of the video. Nova to me is one of those characters that just, if he wasn't such a bad and horrible person for the things that he's done, he'd be one of those people that you look at and you're just like, haha, that's pretty funny, and then move on, right? But the thing with Nova is that he is a bad person, genuinely. But on top of that, he constantly just shoots himself in the foot by leaking where he works, leaking his address, leaking where he lives, leaking all this shit that really shouldn't be out there, essentially doxing himself. And then he turns around and he's like, how do people get this information? How do people do this? How do people do that? When he doesn't realize that it's really easy, scarily easy to find someone on the internet if you want to. I don't think it's too far out of the realm of realism to say that Nova to me is one of the most pathetic locales I've ever seen. He's almost at Cyrax level of pathetic, but just shy, which I wouldn't even know how you would grade that, but you just know, okay? If you know who Cyrax is, then you'll know I'm pretty on the money with that one. Anyways, without further ado, this is the story of Nova Online, TikTok's most notorious predator.
Sometimes the biggest things are gonna have the hardest fall from grace. God damn it! Motherfucker!
Try Wingstop for the first time.
Or effing trolls who have nothing else better to do!
Nova, at first, like many young, impressionable kids, started his YouTube channel to no success at all. He was a little boy recording his day-to-day lives or his adventures, and as expected, it got no views. He first got real popular when he posted his infamous Wingstop review, consisting of, and get this, Cajun seasoned fries, mango habanero wings, Dr. Pepper lemon pepper wings, and garlic parmesan tenders, which I will be showing you right now in its entirety, just to give you an image of how this blew up. Because I think when you watch it, it's going to be very apparent why it blew up. Due to his mannerisms, due to his way of speaking, due to his general weird and off-putting nature. And like I said before in the beginning, Nova is one of those characters that if he weren't such a piece of shit, you would just look at it and be like, oh, he's kind of endearing in a way. But knowing what I know about Nova makes him impossible to look at that way. And you just see a compulsive liar, really.
Trying Wingstop for the first time. Cajun seasoned fries. Okay. Mildly spicy, but nothing that I can't bear. These are actually pretty decent. 8 out of 10. Mango habanero wings. Oh, wow. Okay, these are very, very spicy. Oh, wow. They're very spicy, but they're still pretty good. 7 out of 10. Dr. Pepper. Oh, it slaps. 10 out of 10. Lemon pepper wings. Lemon pepper wings are absolutely stunning. They're amazing. 9 out of 10. Garlic parmesan tenders. Really good. 8 out of 10.
This video blasted Nova Online, or otherwise known in real life as Gabriel Gage, into the fucking stratosphere. I mean, this was huge, and it was huge for one reason or another. Some people thought that, he was kind of just off-putting, but it was just that. Other people just went straight to trolling him, an aspect that has still, to this day, persisted in Nova's history, in Nova's entire existence online. And as for how it's persisted for this long, well, Nova has a specific trait, and that is lashing out at anyone that trolls him. And as pretty much, I guess 99.9% of the people watching this video knows, trolls are looking for just that, lashing out. They're looking for any reason to get you to scream at the camera because it's funny to them. And, you know, to be honest, who doesn't like a good freak out, especially when it comes from such a piece of shit like Nova? With this now being established, the cement, the groundwork is now done. I want to move on to chapter 2. The Discords. Unbeknownst to mostly everybody that watched that Wingstop review, Nova had a dark side to him. Nova had a really weird dark side to him. He was in a Discord server that I think was either owned by him or ran by somebody else, but either way, he was in there. And in this Discord server, they participated in something called age regression, which is where, I don't even know how to explain it, but I think you get the idea just from the name, okay? Age regression. And basically what it is you just act like a little kid and talk in like a little kid voice, like,
my mommy says that I can have a lollipop if I behave really good.
It's basically what those fuck-ass millennials do when they try to act like a kid.
It's kind of hard for me to be happy sometimes. My brain won't let me. I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's cold!
Shut the fuck up, man. Except Nova and the other people in that server did it more out of like some kind of perversion, and you'll see what I mean. And I just want to give you guys a warning. What I'm about to show you is disturbing, not because it's violent, but because it is just so out of pocket. You have to keep in mind, Nova is a 20-year-old man, 21 I think, and he is doing stuff like this. And I like to say that I don't kink shame, but god damn it, I'm shaming the shit out of this guy right now.
Will that how I wonder why you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, will that how I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
He also engaged in something called diaper play / pacifier using, I think it goes without saying that a 20-year-old man shouldn't be using a pacifier for any reason. And you know, instead of this being in a Discord with adults only, Nova decided it was a good idea to sing that song that you just heard to a minor. And not just with one, I think it was with multiple minors that he was doing this age regression diaper play shit with. So that just makes Nova, in my brain, 10 times worse. Anyways, after that, he crashed out on stream after all this came out about him, and it is the definition, I think, of a crash out.
Legitimate assholes. But all you want to do is falsely accuse them of crap they never did. Y'all are being legitimate assholes. Have you ever seen an episode of Darman? You would know to not be an asshole to people you don't know nothing about. Don't judge people before you get to know them. Proof my ass, it's all photoshopped. It's been proven. You're in timeout for like 5 minutes. Then I'll turn back on speaking privileges. Maybe. Now you better effing behave. You guys need to get a job instead of wasting your fat asses on small TikTokers. Those are clearly effing photoshopped. And if I can, I'll get my effing lawyers into this. You guys have no effing father. This is you, and this hand is me. Gah! You're effing trolls who have nothing else better to do! You guys have anything else better to do than check out your fat asses and eat your content? The
only other time I've seen Nova this mad, Nova this angry to the point that he's about to pop a goddamn blood vessel, was when he is arguing with his uncle. And to those that know about Nova, you'll know what I'm talking about right now. But Nova has a weird relationship with his uncle, like a love-hate relationship with his uncle. As you can imagine, after this, the trolling that Nova was already enduring multiplied tenfold. There was no people in his comment sections saying diaper boy. There was no people in his live streams calling him, you know, trolling him and making, you know, him crash out, as you just saw. But he persisted and continued to post regularly. The monster, that was his Library of Alexandria burning down, which I'm gonna show to you right now.
And if you're wondering why I'm not at home, I'm at my church for Bible camp. We're just waiting to board a bus to go to Cusick. So, we're trying Ultra Sunrise Monster Energy in the morning before we go. It's 7:46 a.m. First impressions. Smells like orange juice. Alright, cheers. And that's kind of what it tastes like. Like, this tastes like orange juice with a hint of tangerine. It's actually pretty good. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, just because it's not as good as Ultra Blue. Anyways, download use code WIZARD for 2 times starting blows. You might not.
On the surface, it's an innocent video of a little man baby boy reviewing an orange monster at his church. But knowing what we know now, knowing the context of this man baby boy, we know this isn't as innocent as it seems. You know, he isn't the little Pooh Bear we think he is. Shortly after this video came out, trolls found his church, and they decided, you know what, let's get him kicked out of his church. So they forwarded all that diaper play, all that age regression shit, and they made sure to emphasize that he did it all with minors, and that got him kicked out from his church, and he lost it. Nova has always had a pattern of like sympathy baiting. He's always just put out these posts that are very like,
Oh, I think I'm about to end it all, guys. I really don't know how I'm gonna come out of this one. Oh, maybe I should just ... FML.
which in my opinion is one of the most pathetic things you can ever do, next to like recording yourself crying, like having a mental breakdown, and then posting it on the internet with some sad caption and then like some like Billie Eilish song. No hate to Billie Eilish or Billie Eilish fans, that's just an example I wanted to give. With this trajectory now being established, I want to move on to chapter 3. As he continued to crash out and gain more and more notoriety, he got trolled more and more and more until he started beef with Tofiachu. This man literally got trolled and crashed out his way to the top, or as top as you can get on the Tik-Tok lolcow community. In his beef with Tofiachu started calling out Nova's weird behavior, like he was following people that were underage, and calling out his uncle, calling his uncle a transphobic racist.
Real, if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be real, you are 19 following people 10 years younger than you were on TikTok. There's a whole video of you that's going viral on YouTube that someone sent me, right? You was on video call with a 14-year-old. You literally showed minors yourself wearing like a diaper. If we're going to be real, saying that that's your kink, that you enjoy wearing diapers. I mean, to each their own. You suck on a binky. You do age regression, which I get some people say that it's a trauma thing, but not for him. You didn't drag anyone. You should be dragging your uncle, who's racist and also transphobic, because I remember the post that your uncle posted during that I found out during Black History Month, where he said, if people are offended by this, which was the Confederate flag, then I'm offended by this, which was a picture of a bunch of young black men standing together with their pants sagging and saying that he's offended by that. And it was a very racist post. And then come to find out, somebody in the Discord said that your uncle is also transphobic. And what did you do? You raged. You said nobody talks about, because you know this is Nova, he rages right? He gets angry all the time. And so he's like, nobody talks about my uncle. Like, you don't mess with my uncle.
And Nova got super pissed because Nova has this weird relationship with his uncle where he can talk all the shit to his uncle he wants, right? But nobody else can talk shit to him. It's like no one does this but me situation. And as I stated previously, he has a weird relationship, a weird dynamic with his uncle. And God damn it, around this time, Nova was affiliated with something called Ohio the Anime.
You know what else is long?
These nuts! Oh, that was... Scrap that!
I know saying that just like fucking blasted you guys, you know, with flashbacks about that shitty meme. What this was basically, you had to pay to voice act in this show called, you guessed it, Ohio the Anime. and it never fully materialized, so it was basically a scam. And Nova was a part of it and endorsed it pretty heavily for a while. And just side note here, this has really nothing to do with it, but I endured 3 minutes and 1 second of what I think is Ohio the Anime, the first episode. And holy fucking shit, dude. I thought I knew the definition of brain rot, but that genuinely, like, I think it made me have like a mini stroke. Cause I was like slumped over on my desk, just trying to get a grip of what the fuck this was about. Anyways, as I just stated, it was a Discord server and people paid to voice act. Again, I would just say that for those of you that didn't fucking catch it. You had to pay to fucking voice act, which is just horseshit. That is like red flag station. But no, not Nova. Nova didn't have to pay to voice act. He got paid to voice act, which is how it should be.
Back in October when I got a message from one of their managers asking if I wanted to be a part of the anime, and I didn't hear back from them for a while. Eventually they got back to me, and I was in. I got my own character design and everything. I got some lines to do. I was being paid and all that. But what I didn't know is that behind the scenes, Lassen was scamming people. So, for example, obviously I did know about the charging people and all that. But what I didn't know is that he wasn't even contacting the people who were paying for parts in...
This wouldn't be bad if he didn't know that all the other people had to pay, right? And knowing that other people were paying while he wasn't, and quite the opposite, he was getting paid, he somehow didn't put 2 and 2 together and say,
maybe this is a scam. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe I should stop this.
And even if he didn't, which I'm really giving the benefit of the doubt to Nova by saying that, you know, even if he did realize that it was a scam, because Nova is exceedingly dumb. But even if he did realize that this was a scam, then that means that he didn't care, right? That he didn't care that other people were getting scammed, fucked up the ass to voice characters in this anime that never really materialized. So either he didn't know or was willfully ignorant to the fact that people were getting scammed, and then he posted this half-assed apology.
And also, may I mention that EDP was never a part of the anime. Frickin' pedophile. But, yeah, may I mention he was never a part of the anime. I have never interacted with him. And I'm very glad I hadn't. The dude's a frickin' creep.
In which he clears up that EDP wasn't a part of the anime, but it was heavily marketed that he was. And then he calls EDP a file. How ironic. When I was doing research and I saw that he did that, I genuinely laughed out loud and I called him a fucking loser to the screen. With this new trajectory, downward, being established, I want to move towards chapter 4. He continued to post food reviews trying to capture his own glories, and in the process, doxing himself, which led trolls to harass his jobs and getting fired, or he would get fired on his own for some unknown reason. As fellow YouTuber Smokey MCC pointed out, he thinks that it's due to Nova's work ethic, and I think much the same. It might be because of Nova's work ethic, because this guy is fucking addicted to the internet, but not me. I'm addicted to the music, guys. Then tragedy struck Nova online. The Nova stars struck right where it hurts most. His original account, his main account, got hacked because Nova fell for a fucking phishing scam.
This is not a drill. This is not a fucking drill. This is not a fucking drill. My main account just got hacked. I am really working really hard to get it back. I am so under so much fucking stress right now. My main account just got hacked. I fell for a phishing scam in my email. It's just... Fuck! Hail, Pate Nova Kadri. If you're seeing this video, you probably follow this account right here. That is my main account. As of a few hours ago, that account has unfortunately been hacked by a phishing scammer after I received this email. I fell for it pretty bad. I'm currently working on trying to get that account back. I was picturing things that I did not want to picture a long time ago, like before my 2-hour nap.
And after my 2-hour nap, I feel a little more cool, calm, and collected, but I'm still so motherfucking pissed off that I fell for the scam. I'm taking full responsibility. It was definitely my fault. I didn't check the email. God damn, I fell for it pretty bad. Wow. Anyways.
And like I said before, Nova has always sympathy baited, but after this incident, Nova really started leaning into that sympathy baiting attitude that he always has. Oh, I'm the victim. Oh, I might just, threaten to harm myself just to get people to, tell me that I did nothing wrong. Which I think is just gross. Like, you're a full-grown man. How about you, I don't know, take some accountability? Like, sure, it's not all your fault with the trolls harassing your job, but maybe if, and I know this is an impossibility with Nova, maybe if you just, I don't know, put down the phone, put down the internet just for a little bit, and, kept your head down, maybe you wouldn't be such a big target. Yes, trolls at the level that Nova's at in localism will always remain, but not as much as when you keep putting yourself out there and painting a bigger target right on your face. Just a piece of advice. Around this time, he also started a gym series, but decided to do it off camera shortly after starting it, which, sure, and I'm inventing a new element. I want to also point out that while he was doing the gym saga, he was also eating, like, horrendously. Like, he was eating fast food and, like, just cheaply, which is like, eating healthy is like 60% of part of the process of getting fit. So I don't know who told him it was a good idea, but no.
A lua faz sorriso no céu a brilhar, as estrelas piscam vindo saudar. No cobertor quentinho vamos nos aninhar, sonhos de conto de fadas começam a...
Brother's usual Panda Express order. Our orders are actually very similar. Like brother, so much in common. Trying a Chick-fil-A sandwich for the first time in over 4 years.
And he started doing gym, stuff less and less and less, and doing more just basically binge eating under the guise of food reviews. Also, shortly after the gym saga, he started going to a bar to do karaoke. And he's not old enough to drink, I don't think, at least during the time of this karaoke saga, but he started doing karaoke, and I think like a month or two after starting this karaoke saga, he got banned from that bar. I can't imagine why. Like, I can't imagine why anyone would ban Nova online, the most respectable man out there.
I'm never doing this song again. Now tear me dead inside of fucking vein. I was just trying to stop the thing you first. One in the smoke without a voice to say. Y'all in the fucking independent brain. I told you about playing the game. So there's no kid time and shake. Died in the jet to get close your eyes and rest in peace. They told me think about it, well I did. Now I don't wanna feel a thing anymore.
Around the same time, or you know what, actually a little bit later, after losing job after job after job, YouTubers Smokey MCC and Kiwi Tapes, we made a podcast talking about Nova and Nova's antics, and Nova, despite them, made his own podcast, which, good on you, Nova. But did I mention that he made it with a 15-year-old girl? It seems that once again Nova cannot stop talking to minors. And this is unfounded because I haven't seen it myself, because I wasn't able to find it. But Smokey claims that Nova was really flirty with this 15-year-old girl during his podcast. Again, I couldn't find any clips of his podcast because shortly after this came out that his co-host was a 15-year-old girl. He deleted it. He scrubbed it from everywhere. So I really can't find it. So if you can, please tell me where I can. But yeah, as of right now, that is unfounded on my part. Then a little bit after, Nova Online did an interview with Smokey and Kiwi. And I'm really like hard pressed to call this like an interview, because it was barely like an interview. I think Smokey and Kiwi Tapes barely managed to ask him like a total of 7 questions, because he left, and I shit you not, I double checked this, he left a total of 17 times. One of those 17 times being a 2-hour interval in which he left and then came back. He ignored Kiwi and Smokey and just talked shit back to their chats, because obviously Smokey, MCC, and Kiwi Tapes chats were talking shit about Nova, because duh, Nova decided that it would be best to backtalk these faceless people on the internet while he was doing an interview, supposed to be doing an interview with Smokey and Kiwi. The logic of this man is actually like breaking my own mind, because I can't understand it. After this interview, he kept losing jobs and recklessly spent money on food or products, eventually going through what he calls job withdrawal. Eventually, after not finding a job for around 5 months, he made bracelets. But he made those bracelets and he started to sell them. But of course, he got trolled there too, with someone trying to, scam him again through email with a phishing scam. So this poor innocent business owner can't catch a break. I mean, oh my god. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention, he got fake job offers from trolls, like 3 times I think, and each time he was more devastated than the last. It was hilarious.
Well, I think I fell for it again. Victim to another fucking fake job offer. Fuck my life. My god, I fell for it twice. Unless the supposed supervisor can somehow prove to me that it wasn't fake, then I fell for it again. I asked Gemini, there's no mention of a restaurant opening up at the address they provided me. It's just that I think I fell for it again. But unless they send me solid proof that they're actually opening on there, then I've got to go back to fucking Indeed. If you're a manager in hiring in the area, email me and I'll make fucking triple sure it's real. Fuck my fucking life.
But how is Nova doing now? Current day. How is he doing now, 6 months after he lost his last job? Well, it seems like things are looking up for Nova. He finally, according to him, got a job, but he's not, saying it, He might have learned from his past experience, finally, right? He said he doesn't want to say the name of his job because it's the only one in his area and it's for sure gonna get leaked, which is, smart. That's a step in the right direction. You know what else is a step in a good direction? Not talking to minors, Nova. Staying offline. Instead of Nova online, Nova offline. Fucking got him. Saving your money. Stop spending it on just impulsive food binges. Stop spending it on shit you don't really need. Also, completely forgot to fucking mention, Nova started a cleaning saga along with his gym saga where he was cleaning out his room, which is good, If you saw the background in any of the videos I showed you, it's like a fucking Hoarders episode. But he started cleaning out his room with a snow shovel. I'm gonna say it again. With a goddamn snow shovel. I don't know how it gets that bad. I'm trying to understand because I've had like depressive episodes where I just don't clean up. Like, I don't get out of bed, I don't eat, I don't really like sleep, I don't really like do anything. I just bed rot. But how do you like get it to the to the point where you're cleaning shit up with a snow shovel? How cluttered is your floor? Like, do you have a preferred path to your gaming PC and then like to your bed and then to the bathroom? Like, what the fuck even? Anyways, that is where we find ourselves currently with Nova Online. I hope you enjoyed. My name has been Gray Dixon, and yeah, bye bye.